Hello dear Ronins, welcome to Roninhood. Today it will be a big subject about how to lose 15 kilos. The first thing is how to take it and why I took 15 kilos. So I was 62 kilos a long time ago, and then I decided after my second black belt, Shitoryu black belt, to practice Kyokushinkai. And I was defeated. Like I was a green belt or a yellow belt. And because I felt not comfortable with that conclusion of my skills, I decided to take some weight. I did it badly because I didn't have any instruction about which food I have to take and how I have to train with body weights to have the proper growing muscles mass and not creating fat. So I took 15 kilos and I realized that was more effective for full contact or middle full contact. I didn't make some competition in full contact. I just practiced a couple of months for 3 years in one of the best Kyokushinkai dojo. And I realized many things with Kyokushinkai and kickboxing, that my traditional practice of karate, kata and kumite, were not realistic. So I had to evolve. And that's why I decided to have more mass. Because against an opponent of 90 kilos, it was impossible for me to survive on a tatami with 60 kilos. So it was not so stupid to try to have more mass. But the way I did it, with bad food, bad habits, junk food, or not proper food with proper nutriment and mass training, like I said, weight training, I had 78 kilos and I was not anymore able to move the way it is necessary for kata, because my joints were wearing too much weight. So for kata it was not good. For footwork on kumite it was not good. The only thing was that with a guy of 90 kilos, I was not getting back. I could endure the hits and I can give a strike that was difficult to endure for a 90 kilos guy. And for that, it was really a really interesting experience. So now I'm 63 kilos again, but with more muscle mass. And the first thing to understand is, for transformation, for having the best version of yourself, you need to avoid every transformed food. Transformed mean nuggets, junk food, everything that is not raw. You are not, maybe you don't think the same way than me and you don't believe in organic. It's not a problem, but you will need nutriments and you will need raw food. Even pasta has to be no transformed. So this is my meal. It's not perfect, I know it, but on that meal I can control what is transformed and what is not transformed. It's just an example of what I take for a big training of 3 or 4 hours in a dojo or outside or whatever, really intense training. I have to check everything that is transformed because there is no nutrients in it and there is just sugar and really bad sugar. So we can see that for kata, kumite, it's not good because you can't move with such too much heavy body for a skeleton and joints that are not built to receive so much plus weight. So I think it is not good. I think we should take more weight with a nutritionist and with muscle mass training, so weight training. And we have to understand what we want to improve by losing some weight. Do we want to be more healthy? Do we want to be faster? Do we want to have more muscle mass to be more resistant for full contact, for example? Or just for practicing sword, because we will need to have really tough muscles, because practicing sword is really intense, in my opinion, physically. Even for kata, to be tough with just muscles and no fat change so much your kime, your explosivity, and the way you breathe, the way you move, your footwork, whatever style or type of training you practice. And with age, we need to have more muscle mass and less as possible fat mass. And for skeleton, it's really important to have less fat as possible and proper weight training to use all the muscles, to make grow all the muscles, to have a complete full body structure. So this is my feedback and my experience. It was interesting, but I think it was not good for my joints to took that 15 kilos, and I feel really better now. Even I won't be so effective now with a 90 kilos guy, because even with 42% of muscle mass, I will be less weak on a full contact fight, because I will have 15 kilos less. So what we can see is really necessary to understand that weight training is more important for losing weight, and cardio and stretching won't do the job. Martial arts won't do the job. Even you train so much, weight training will make you lose some weight, and the checking every day of you no transformed food will be the other part of the results. Even with weight training, if there is no checking on all the food that you consume, no transformed food, you won't lose some weight. So it's really simple to understand. If you want results and transform yourself to your best version, no exception. Every day, every week, you will lose a little bit some fat mass. So, of course, you will have more muscle mass. Avoid transformed food is 1. 2. Avoid soda and alcohol. It's transformed 2. The baddest thing that can exist. 3. Practice weights and training. 4. Find and practice something every day that you love. It's really important for your brain. The passion, the love of one thing will keep you on the line. And 5, you will see the results on your balance. And that result will keep you on the line to your target. Thank you, dear Ronin, for having watched this episode. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you soon for a new episode on Roninhood.